Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And I have to say to you, love him or hate him, Neil de Beer of UIM is certainly stirring up a hornet's nest. What are we talking about? Well, he's delivered letters to Cyril Ramaphosa, the Speaker of the Parliament, and to one of the top justices in South Africa, demanding that the head of the EFF be looked into for promoting hate speech and for inciting violence, and also that Ramaphosa start doing something about farm attacks and farm murders. So I think that's a fairly significant development. I'm going to let you guys be the judge. Here comes his talk to social media about what the UIM are doing. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.
Very good afternoon, everybody. It is now 2 o'clock South African time. Goeiemiddag Suid-Afrika. 2 uur op die kop in 'n baie reënerige maar fantastiese Kaapstad. Molweni, Umzansi. Ja, in Umslanje, ja, banda. It's cold out there. But my fellow South Africans, my geliewe Suid-Afrikaners, thank you very much for joining me. Everybody that's online at the current moment, as we have said on certain platforms at 2 o'clock today, myself, Neil de Beer, as the leader of the United Independent Movement, will be making a national announcement. After this announcement that I am making, as breaking news from the UIM coming live from Cape Town, we will then be sending whatever I'm about to announce to the media, to the press. We will be posting this all over our Facebook, our social media, so that there is indeed record. Wat ek nou gaan sê op hierdie platform sal ons direk hierna natuurlik op al ons sosiale media plaas, en ook alles wat ons nou doen en wat ek nou gaan aan u verkondig sal nou ook na die media toe gaan. A couple of weeks ago, myself as Neil de Beer and now the UIM Executive Collective across this country made a decision, as I said at that stage, that the UIM vehemently objects and takes absolute as an insult the EFF, its leadership, and in specific Mr. Julius Malema and Dr. as he is Ndlozi. We have decided a couple of weeks ago that we will, as a movement, react and take certain legal, constitutional actions against the EFF, against Mr. Julius Malema as the leader and leader in Parliament, and also Dr. Ndlozi, who is in the EFF so-called command. As you all know, I gave my word that 3 things would happen. And I explained why we as the UIM would not follow all the other actions of laying charges against the EFF, but that we would fight a battle which we regard as the correct platform to firmly and clearly go for the jugular of those members that have done the following. It is the UIM and all our supporters believe that Julius Malema, who took an oath of office the day that he got sworn in at Parliament, as a member of Parliament, clearly took an oath to uphold, defend, and protect the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. It is also our belief that Dr. Ndlozi also took such oath of office. It is therefore our opinion and on fact that both these members of Parliament broke and is in breach of their oath of parliamentary office. It is therefore the action that we took today, on this day, the 6th of November, that I delivered a letter to the Honourable Speaker Thandi Modise at the gates of Parliament, asking on behalf of the UIM an immediate investigation, judicial process, and, if necessary, action to be taken against these two members of Parliament for the breach of their oaths of office, for hate speech and incitement of violence, which is contrary to this beautiful constitution of our country. And we have demanded immediate acknowledgement of receipt of this letter and of this complaint lodged by the UIM on behalf of the citizens of this country. That's step one we have just completed. The second step is very clear. We dropped a letter, also today, the 6th of November, for the attention of the State President at Parliament, President Cyril Ramaphosa. This letter is directed to him to humbly request with immediate effect the appointment of a judicial commission of inquiry with a Chief Justice Mogoeng appointing such judge to immediately start an investigation against violence on farms and the agri-industry. The UIM believes that not only is farm murders, farm attacks part of a massive problem, but the setting alight rumoredly of farms, the attacking of farm workers are currently what we now call agri-violence. We have demanded, as we have done in the letter, to the State President to issue such a judicial commission of inquiry so that the Ministers of Police, the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of State Security, Intelligence, and the Minister of Defence can appear at this commission so that we, the public of South Africa, can get to the bottom of the scourge of what we now call agri-violence in its totality. We have sent and dropped off physically at the gates of Parliament this letter, demanding such action, but in the enclosure, humbly, of this letter, we have also reserved our right that should action not be taken according to the UIM's request, that we reserve our right to petition the High Court to enforce such request and order. Dit is die enigste manier, Suid-Afrika, waar ons onder eed daai ministers ter boek en ter tafel kan bring, en geen ander manier nie, maar hierdie proses. And the UIM will follow this up daily, but such letters have now been dropped off. And then, my fellow South Africans, my mede-burgers, I have just dropped off the final letter today at the South African Cape Town Supreme Court. This letter is hand-given at the High Court, the Supreme Court, die Hooggeregshof, for attention to our Chief Justice Mogoeng. This letter, and may I say, all these letters will be posted today publicly on our site, on our social media for you to see, because they are public and they are for and on your behalf. The final letter, after we dropped the letter to the Speaker, after I dropped the letter to the President, was delivered for the attention of our Chief Justice. And this letter is requesting an immediate, humble request to take all the court cases and charges currently pending against Julius Malema, which indeed are serious. These are charges of treason. These are charges of incitement of violence. These are charges of ensuring that this person wanted to speak about civil war. We have requested, as we have and petitioned now, the Chief Justice of this country that all the cases against this man be amalgamated into one charge sheet, and that all those charges be put into one central court, and that he be tried on all these cases at one central venue. The amalgamation of his cases will then show us the true reflection of what and how he has critically voiced his opinion against peace, against the democratic process, and against our fundamental constitution. When and once he appears in a singular high court on these charges, we will be able to see if and when justice does come. Ten slotte, die UIM het beloof dat ons hierdie sal doen. U het aksie gevra, maar nie net aksie nie, u het ook dade gevra. Vandag, na 'n 2 week lang proses met ons regspan, met ons lede, het ons dit nou finaal afgelewer en gedoen. We have done what you have asked, we have processed, and we have executed. Now, I ask you to stay with us. I ask you to support us, because these 3 letters are fundamental, historically challenging, current letters of challenge. Not against our country, not against our leadership, and not against any specific person, but a targeted request of an ethical methodology to bring justice back. I know that everybody has questioned us. Why don't we do what the people do? And we've said no. We want a parliamentary, a judicial process. And we will now push and ensure that this process is followed. On behalf of the UIM, I want to thank every person, to the now more than 9 and 10,000 people that support us. Thank you for your trust. Baie dankie vir die geduld. Maar vandag het ons gedoen wat ons gesê het ons gaan doen. And now we are in the hands of God. We are in the hands of you, our fellow South Africans, to support us in this process. Thank you very much for your time. Baie dankie vir u tyd. Mag jy 'n geseënde naweek hê. May you have a blessed weekend. May we bless and ask God for protection and healing and be with South Africa. Tonight, again, as usual, I am going out with my teams to defend also on the ground crime and fight crime. And I will look forward seeing you from there. There's no rest for us in this country. Daar's nie tyd vir rus nie. We've put our history behind us. We are uniting now. We will bring a solution, not a problem. God seën u. God bless you. SA first. Die Here seën Suid-Afrika. Thank you.